So good day, everyone. This is Educam with Ajibola, and today we'll be looking into this question we have on board, which says that 30 centimeter cube of a saturated solution of a tetraoxosulfate 6 acid at 25 degrees Celsius was diluted to 300 centimeter cube with distilled water. Now, 24.10 cm cube of the diluted solution neutralizes 25 cm cube of 0.1 molar sodium hydroxide solution. So we are asked to calculate two things here. The first one is the concentration of the diluted tetraoxosulfate 6, while the second one is the solubility of the tetraoxosulfate 6 at 25 degrees Celsius. So one major thing that this question follows is that it follows the principle of dilution, and the principle of dilution states that when a solution is diluted, definitely there will be an instant change in the concentration of that solution. So what it means is, example of it is when I have my Pepsi with me and I decide to dilute it with exactly 60 or 50 cl of that same bottle. What I'm saying is that I cannot have exactly the same taste quality of the original Pepsi that I have with me. So now the first thing we need to do here is to write out the equation of the reaction. So the reaction is taking place between hydrogen tetraoxosulfate 6 acid and sodium hydroxide. So balancing the equation between H2SO4 and 2NaOH, it will give us Na2SO4 and 2H2O, which is 2 molecules of water, 2 molecules of sodium tetraoxosulfate 6, 2 molecules of sodium here, hydroxide. So now if I'm to balance it here, it means that the ratio between the acid to the base is 1:2. So now we go back to our formula for calculating. Our formula is CAVA over CBVB is equals to NA all over NB. So from this point now, the first thing we need to do here is now identify every of these parameters we have here with the question. So now let's check what is the concentration of acid we have with the question. Definitely we don't have concentration of acid, so that is unknown. What is the volume of acid? It's saying that 300 centimeter cube of a saturated solution of tetraoxosulfate 6 acid. So the volume here is 30. So which is the VA of the acid is 30 cm cube. Now let's move on. What is the concentration of the base? We can see it here of 0.1 molar sodium hydroxide. So CB here happens to be 0.1 molar. Now what is VB? What's the volume of the base? So the volume of the base is this. That's 24.10 centimeter cube. So what is the ratio of acid? The ratio of acid here is 1, while the ratio of base, which is NB, is equals to 2. So now let's impute everything we have here right into our formula. So we have CA, which is unknown, so we can leave it as CA multiplied by what is VA? VA is 30 all over CB here is 0.1 multiplied by what is our VB? Our VB here is 24.10 is equals to what is our NA? Our NA here, which is the ratio of acid, is 1/2. Then I have to multiply. So let's multiply. What we have here becomes CA multiplied by 30 multiplied by 2 is equals to 0.1 multiplied by 24.10 multiplied by 1. So that's 30 times 2. That will give us 60 CA is equals to, now let's multiply it. Calculator. 0.1 multiplied by 24.10 multiplied by 1. That's still going to give us 2.41 rather. So we divide it by the coefficient, which is 60, divided by this, which is 60. So CA then, which is concentration of acid, that's 2.41 divided by 60. What do we have? We have 0.040. So molar, 0.040 molar, or we can otherwise call it 0.040 mol per dm cube. So pause it. So now then the next thing we need to do is to apply our formula for principle of dilution, and that is COVO is equals to CDVD. Now what this means is that concentration of the original solution multiplied by the volume of the original solution is equals to concentration of the diluted solution multiplied by the volume of the diluted solution. Now the next thing we need to do from this point here is now to identify from our question what's the concentration of our original solution. Concentration of which is the CO is going to be CA that we just got in, and that happens to be 0.04 molar. While the volume of the original solution, the volume of our original solution from our question is 30 centimeter. No, that was diluted to 300 centimeter cube. So that's going to be 300 cm cube. Now the next one now is for us to get our concentration of the diluted solution, which is what we are looking for now. That is CD is unknown. So the next one, which is the volume of our diluted solution, which is VD, is this volume of the diluted solution. So that is 30 So VD is equals to 30 centimeter cube. So now then let's multiply CO, which is this, is 0.04 multiplied by VO, which is 300, is equals to CD, which is CD multiplied by VD is 30. So now if I'm to multiply this, calculator, I have to take my phone. You know, no scatter my head now. I used to calculate. I used to do it. So I know how to calculate. So now then let's calculate it. If we are going to do that, that would give us 0.04. That's multiplied by 300. What do we have? That's 12. Is equals to 30 times CD. That would give us 30 CD. So divide 2 by 30. Divide 2 by 30. So it will cancel out. Then that's 12 divided by 30. So what we have here is going to be CD is going to be 0.04. So that happens to be our answer. Now someone is asking what will be our unit. Our unit is also going to be molar, 0.4 molar. So thank you and see you in the next class.